So Adam, just give me your thoughts on the season so far.
Well, yeah, it's definitely not been the easiest season this season, no doubt. It's been tough, but I'm sure now that we're under Barry Gray, I think we're going to have a second spell. I think we're going to stay up this season.
It's been tough. With the players we brought in at the start of the season, I thought we would have done a lot better. Obviously, the Lock-All game at the very start was very disappointing, but there's new rising with Barry and all in, a few players coming in now. It's looking hopeful now. We can hopefully salvage something off this season. Fingers crossed.
It's not brilliant. It's not as well as we expected, but we're a small club with a small amount of money in the kitty, so we just have a small thing to work with. But we will get better. We will get better. Our hearts is in the right place, and I know the players will rise out to the occasion.
Poor to start off with, very, very poor. I mean, not having a home win in the league this season wasn't good now. But now hopefully a change of manager today is the first opportunity now, so maybe see a wee turnaround, new players in, a couple of new players in, might make a difference.
It's been a tough season after coming up last year, or not staying up last year. We thought we made run better, we brought in some good players we thought, but just things haven't gone well for us so far.
Boys are struggling, but no, they're working hard, and hopefully now maybe with Barry and we can kick on.
So far it's been relatively very disappointing. I think we started off with great expectations, new manager, some new players in. For whatever reasons that didn't happen. So hopefully now with the introduction of Barry and some new players we can move off the bottom of the table and hopefully secure our Premier League status.
Just tell me, what's the journey been like for Newry over the last few years?
I'm going to say sensational, because the rise to the leagues has been absolutely phenomenal. To be honest, and I think we're punching above our weight being in the Premiership, but I think we're a great club and I think we're ready to be here and mean to be here.
It's been up and down. I followed them since the mid-Ulster. Probably the best time that I've supported them. I'm down here my whole life. Coming through the leagues is brilliant, and the last few years now, getting relegated back down to the Championship was tough. And then obviously promotion back up with Darren. It's been brilliant, and a lot of the players, a lot of local players coming through, which has been very good. So it has been.
It's been up and down, but this last 8 years in particular, roughly, or 10 years, it's very, very good. You know, we haven't up a couple of times and been down till the Premier Championship again, but from the start off in 2012 again, we're going up and up and up until we got to the top, and then we went back down one, but we got back up again, so hopefully we'll stay up here.
Fantastic. I mean, whenever the team went out of existence and we started up again, started out at the very lowest level, and that's when I really started coming back to the club. I had lost interest when they were in the Premiership prior to that, but when we went down to the very bottom grades, I came back and started. I really enjoyed the football, and it was a fantastic journey. Won almost every promotion almost every year, and it was great. You were seeing some really good football, but the problem is now when we got to the Premier League, you're into different quality, and we just don't have that at the minute. You know, that's the problem.
Well, since we were put out of business 10 or 12 years ago, it's been tough, but we've had a good manager in Darren Mullen. He's done a lot of good work, good committee behind the scenes, a lot of hard working people, but well, we're a big club and we'd like to see in the top of it.
Great. With Darren, he took us straight into media football. Best days of my life, especially growing up. I came through my teenage years following this club, and I just loved it. Went into media football, winning league after league, but it was just really enjoyable.
It's been incredible. It's been a roller coaster from the club went out of existence till it was reconstituted under Darren Mullen and his committee. His management brought us up maybe 6-7 leagues, 2 promotions, disappointment of a relegation, but it hasn't been dull, let's put it that way.
And why do you follow Newry yourself?
I suppose just going over the games over the years, like this club kind of means everything to me. It's, you know, come from being a supporter to now being a volunteer at the club. It means everything, and I just love it. Yeah.
Been brought down here since I was no age with my dad. I came through with the academy, and now I'm coaching as well down here. So probably my family, my dad, stuff like that. They're coming down since a young age is all I know.
Well, I am a Newry man. I didn't follow him until I finished playing football myself, local football, and then I started to come down here about '89 roughly when I started coming down here, and I've been here ever since. My wife's part of the club as well. She is involved, so the two of us are involved in the club, so I have some knowledge of it too.
Yes.
Look, I'm local. It's a local club. I'm from Bestbrook, just up the road there. So my uncle followed the club, brought me here whenever I was a lad, maybe 13, 14-year-old. I used to come of a Saturday with him, and I knew a lot of people would have, older men would have been here. So I suppose it's my club, really. You know, I wouldn't be going anywhere else.
I've been following the club for 40 plus years. I actually live a mile just down the road, and we started coming here when we were 14 years of age, and so coming since, and I look forward to it every Saturday, you know.
So I'm joined by Daniel and Mary. They are Newry super fans. Mary, tell me, why is it that you follow the club?
Daniel has been following Newry City for about 20 odd years now, and for Daniel it's a great thing to come out and he meets everybody. It's like a family here because everybody knows Daniel, and Daniel just loves this football team, don't you, Daniel? It's thick or thin, Daniel's here, aren't we, Daniel? Yeah.
The local club, I played in the Caribbean League for years. When that ended, came down here to support. Darren is a family member. He's a relative of mine. He introduced a lot of local lads, local players, and they're good for the community, and it's creating a great spirit about the city.
What's your favourite memory following the club so far?
There's plenty, but I think I always idolised being more point in the Irish Cup. I think it was just a whole meaning around it, like when the whole build up to the game, because we hadn't played them in such a big competition in a while, and the atmosphere and the crowd that day, and it was just a sensational win beating them. Like, I think it was my favourite moment of that day.
That's a tough one. There's been so many over the years. Probably Carrick Rangers when we got promoted back to the Premiership. Something that we weren't expecting, coming through so quick. There's a photo of me running on the pitch, jumping on Jimmy Walker, and the captain that time was Chris McMahon. Not off a picture, but yeah, it was brilliant. So it was. That's probably the most standout moment.
It would have been when we got up into the Premiership for the first time since we came back. Absolutely brilliant. From where we started again from nothing until we get back up into the Premiership, into the top level of Irish football. You know, you can't ask for any more. Yeah.
Way back, they won a cup. I think it was the Intermediate Cup. The one that was played at Seaview. I remember going down on the bus, supporters bus to it. Now I was only 16 or 17, maybe 18 years old, and that was a big thing to be way back then, you know. But that's you're right, talking 30 years ago.
Probably beating Carrick over two legs and getting back up into the senior league. But there's been a lot of memories over the years, winning the County Antrim Shield back in, I think it was 1988, and but a lot of good memories too, you know.
The promotion down at Carrick, brilliant night. Never had a more enjoyable night in my life. The fans singing, it was just pure buzz. So it was.
Staying up last year, I think the draw here with Ballymena 2-2 secured our status and goal difference. It doesn't matter how you stay up as long as you stay up, and that was the aim from the start of the season.
And if you had to choose one player that's been a standout for you, who would it be?
Barney McKeown, 100%. I think, especially him coming into the squad as a new player, coming back, you say, but he's been unreal all season, and he's been a real good player for us at the back.
Ooh, standout player. That's tough. We've had the likes of Jimmy Walker, as I say, has been brilliant. Chris McMahon, Noel Healy, Engine. It's a tough one. This season, if I go this season, probably Barney McKeown.
I would say Engine, Darren King. His heart and soul is with Newry Town. Definitely a good player. He's not getting any younger now, but he was the main man, and he is a Newry man.
And I suppose over the years, Ollie Ralph would have to be the standout player. He's over 600 appearances and maybe 200 or 300 goals, you know. But not really. There's a lot of players, like even our current captain, Darren King, Engine. You know, he's a standout player coming to the end of his career now, you know. But there's a lot of players like that have been around, you know. Good solid players over the years.
First, a guy from Armagh, John Corvin. He was played Gaelic for Armagh as well, and I think he's now in Australia. John Corvin was as good as him, and probably Ollie Ralph would be up there with him as well, you know.
Probably Darren King. He's just been a proper servant of the club, and he's just nothing ever faults him. And what he gives, especially at 38 years old, is mental. So it is. But yeah, a proper leader and a proper clubman.
I would have to say John Boyle. I think he, throughout his whole tenure here at playing career at the Showgrounds, he's been a model of consistency. Never let us down. Was always a 7, 8 out of 10 performer all throughout the years. Unfortunately, age caught up with John. He's now playing for Warren Point, but an excellent player.
What do you love about the Irish League? What do you think it is that makes it special?
I think it's just the community of everything. You know, it's more like a getaway for a lot of people. Getting down to support your local club, you know, you see people you see down in the club once a week maybe, or your friends. It's a bondship as well, and it's a great league, and it's a growing league if anything. You know, you see a lot of people support, especially here. I see the sport growing down there every week, and it's just something I can see with the Irish League. I want to grow as much as possible.
Probably the fans. The fans' connection with the players is something you don't get over in England, and that's probably what makes the Irish League so special. You know, the Irish League, as much rivalry as in it, is like a big family, which is very, very good, and we've seen that over the last years. You know, we've all come together in tough times, which is very, very good.
I think people tend to support their hometown club. You know, it's very localised. If you go to Ballymena, it's all Ballymena people. If you go to Coleraine, it's all Coleraine people. You know, come to Newry, it's mostly all Newry people. You know, no matter where you go, it's very localised. People aren't travelling miles just to watch a big team. You know, they're coming to their local club, and that's what it's all about.
Makes the Irish League special, I think, because you have all these fans, and they're sort of local fans that follow all the Irish League, you know, so I think we find that, don't we, Daniel? Yeah, Daniel wouldn't miss a game for anything, anyone or anything. Isn't that right, Daniel? I think if I used to sit at Darren Mullen, if I died in the morning, he'd put me on ice if there was a Newry match on till it was over, because he used to laugh, because I think that's what would happen, wouldn't it, Daniel? Yeah, but there's such a real good community feel, and it's great camaraderie at Newry, you know, very much so. Great supporters, a great team, you know, very, very good. You enjoy it, Daniel, don't you? Yeah.
It's all one big family. Really,
yeah, very much so, very much so.
it?
And you know, through thick or thin, we're always behind Newry City. You take the good with the bad. That's a proper support.
Fans, it's passionate. It's just you don't get this in any other league where every single fan comes down here is passionate about their club, and it's like for us, it's volunteers. Volunteers put in so much work to make this club tick each week. So it's just all about volunteers and passion. You know, we've no full-time staff here, so to have what we have is just makes everything so special.
I think it's the camaraderie between all the clubs. I think you can go to all the supporters, you can go to all the different grounds, and it's a local league, and it's local lads playing.
Adam, you mentioned that you volunteered here. What exactly is it you do? Volunteers are exceptionally important within the Irish League, so tell us a little bit about what it is that you do yourself.
Many things. Well, I'm a coach down here, a coach with the under-16s. I help with our travel club to help get a bus for away supporters. I'm also the barman here, and just general stuff when needed to be done. I'm there, like, you know, you call me first hand, I'm going to be there for it. Like,
just an all-rounder?
Yeah, pretty much all round, yeah.
So Adam, finally, what does Newry mean to you?
Absolutely everything, I have to say, especially in the last year. It means absolutely everything to me. It's all I think about throughout my week, and come the weekend, it's just everything. It's a 90 minutes of getaway of life for me.
What Newry means to me, Newry probably means a lot to me. It's all I know. Followed my whole life. Probably my future wife will tell you the same. It's all I ever talk about. It's all I ever do is involved around Newry. Tonight, me, the brother, my dad will probably sit down for hours talking about the match, analysing everything, what went well, what didn't go well. That's every week. So it is.
Just the way of life.
It's just the way of life. Newry's the way of life.
Oh, well, God rest my father. He was never a big interest in football. And I used to arrange a lot of things around Newry home matches in particularly when I was younger. And my father used to say that the referee says every Saturday, "Is Paul here?" Yeah, where we go. So that's the enjoyment I get from it, you know.
We love to highlight the importance of volunteers in the Irish League, and you're a volunteer yourself. Just tell us a little bit about what it is that you do for the club.
Well, as I say, me and my wife both look after the social club part. We do the cleaning. If there's a function on, we have to come back down next morning, get it ready for the next function, next game of football. The wife sells tickets for half time. I do the get to let the as I say, the players, coaching staff and VIPs in through the gate. just naturally anything. My wife would be down doing a lot of painting and brushing around, anything at all, just what we need to do.
Indeed.
Yeah.
You put so much of your time into the club. Just on a final note, what does Newry mean to you?
It's everything. Newry is everything, like, you know, it's my life.
Everything. I coach at the club as well, and it makes everything brilliant. So it does. Being able to help out, do what I can to help out. I steward as well, and I've been at the club since I was 2, so it means everything to me.
It means either a good weekend or a bad weekend, depending on the results. And at the moment, there's been a lot of bad weekends. But in terms, I look forward to coming down here every Saturday, travelling to some of the away matches, going with my mates. It's part of the fabric now of the city.